Hey, I'm Nick and welcome to my kitchen. This week we're tackling one of my favorite parts of Asian takeout, chicken spring rolls. Lots of disagreement on what goes into a spring roll, so I just tried to pick a great recipe that has all the fundamentals, and here's what everybody agrees that you need to make your own spring rolls from scratch. This is what you need. You're gonna need a carrot, a cabbage, a little bit of garlic, 1 clove, some shiitake mushrooms that you're going to use for umami. I'm using ground chicken. You could use ground pork, ground turkey, ground venison, ground beef, whatever you want inside. Little cornstarch for thickener, and then our sauces are soy sauce and oyster sauce. And if you're not into fish, I highly recommend you omit this. You're also gonna need some spring roll wrappers. Make sure you don't buy egg roll or wonton. They're not the same thing. These are gonna have to de-thaw for about 2 hours. Make sure you cover them with a paper towel so that they don't dry out. I'm gonna go ahead and prep our ingredients here, and then we're gonna go over to the stovetop. All right, in a non-stick pan or a wok, whatever you have, go ahead and heat up about a tablespoon of oil. Once that oil is nice and hot, guys, go ahead and add in your garlic. We're gonna keep this on high heat. Remember, if you're cooking in a non-stick pan, use non-stick, silicone, or wood utensils. We're just gonna quickly get some color on this, about 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to add in our ground chicken. Just keep working this and breaking it up into smaller and smaller pieces. You're gonna want this to be pretty crumbly for our filling because large chunks are gonna take up too much space for a spring roll. At this point, you're gonna wanna give this a generous pinch of kosher salt. And you can see there's some liquid in the pan here. We're just gonna keep cooking it until all that liquid is cooked out of there. Now that we got all our liquid cooked out of here, let's go ahead and add our mushrooms and our carrots and cabbage here. I did cut up too much cabbage, so trying to grab as much of the carrot as possible. And you're gonna cook this until everything is wilted, which is probably gonna take 3 to 4 minutes here. Once that cabbage begins to wilt, we're gonna go ahead and add in our soy sauce, about 2 teaspoons. And 1.5 teaspoons of this oyster sauce. We're also gonna add in our cornstarch. And we're gonna cook this for about a minute. We don't want this to be really watery. We want it to be tacky, a little bit sticky, but definitely not watery. Water is the enemy of deep frying something. Once everything's good and mixed, we're done cooking. Turn off your element, and we have to let this cool down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna spread it out on this baking sheet. Take this 5 minutes in the fridge, and I'll see you guys when we assemble. You might be wondering why we still have our egg. This is gonna help us seal the spring rolls together. So let's go ahead and crack this. Beat it together with a fork and set this aside along with our pastry brush. Pop our filling out of the fridge. It should be cool. Should be cool enough to work with now. A little bit sticky. Oh, that's good. You could eat that by itself. Now, how you make these things. You're gonna need 1 wrapper. Make sure you cover it up so that they don't dry out. Set it on your work surface as a diamond. A little bit of filling. You're gonna wanna stuff these, but don't overstuff them. Then, you're gonna fold this like a burrito. Grab this end, roll it over the top, tuck it under tightly, give it a little bit of a roll. Grab these ends, fold, fold, keeping everything nice and tight. Finish rolling this together. Grab your brush, your egg wash, and just brush this. And then roll it sealed. And there you go. That's how you roll a spring roll. Okay, I had a little bit more success rolling them like this. Filling, edges over, bring this part in, pull it all together, keep it nice and tight, roll it, then egg wash, and boom. Let's take these over to our stovetop and get these fried up. We're gonna deep fry these. Our oil is pretty hot. It's about 375. We're gonna wanna go ahead and slide these in. And if you start to see bubbles, the oil is hot enough. And we're gonna have to rotate these about halfway through. And you're gonna wanna cook these for about a minute or two. We're just trying to get some color on here. The easiest way to work with stuff in the oil is using chopsticks. Go ahead, give these a little flip. We're just trying to get some color on these wrappers. And we're gonna work in batches here, so not a big problem. Just keep working with them. We'll start to get some nice color on there. Once you got some nice color on there, just go ahead and pop that out. Non-stick cooling rack, probably the best way to keep these from sticking to anything. Go ahead and repeat that process with the rest of them, or pop these into the 400-degree oven. Spray them down with a little bit of oil, canola, olive, and allow those to bake for between 12 and 15 minutes. A little bit healthier than deep frying them, but these are going to be delightful. After you've let these cool for about 15 minutes, this is what you end up with. Delicious, flavorful spring rolls made from scratch. Now, how do these compare to our store-bought version? Yeah, theirs are rolled a little better than mine. Maybe a touch. What I lack in rolling ability, I made up in size and height and girth. Let's give these a taste test. The filling's like a mush. It's like a paste. Now, let's give ours a taste test. Crunchy, flaky, flavorful inside. I could eat a dozen of these right now. Now, you could dip it in some of this plum sauce. It's actually called duck sauce. That's for another day. What I like to do, a little bit of hoisin mixed with a little bit of sriracha. Give that a little stir up. Dip away. Super easy, super simple, homemade spring rolls. Bake them in the oven, fry them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I know half of you watching are not subscribed. And if you want to see more videos like this, comment down below what you want to see next time. Until next time, get cooking.